Yo, what is up? What is up, YouTube boxing family? It is IK right here. I'm back at it with another good video for you guys today. Um, yeah, like I didn't want to do like the intro and outro on this. I figured I'd just do it raw. But shout out to the queen, Miss Amanda, the real deal, Holyfield 2.0 Serrano. Um, yeah, much love to the queen, man. She got her dreams fulfilled, and she is now undisputed at 126 after defeating Attica Cruz February 4th, Saturday, at the Madison Square Garden in New York, or New York City technically. And yeah, she is now undisputed. This is definitely a very good fight. Um, some people say that this fight was kind of set up for her to win, but that wasn't to be the case. Erica Cruz, she did a very good job, but she got outworked late game, and Amanda Serrano, as I will criticize her in this video, she definitely did her job and she got it done. But I think this wasn't the best version of her. So either way, great performance. I think this is a really good, improved victory. I mean, it really wasn't. It was a really good, it was a above average, performance. I've seen way better from her, but I think age has definitely caught up to her. But either way, I will say that this victory does reset boxing for women's boxing, and she will now be, she'll be viewed as a iconic legend for Puerto Rican female boxing, or just Puerto Rican boxing in general. She did a very great job, man. I had a lot of fun watching the fight. I was a little bit nervous with just the unnecessary shots that she was taking. I don't think she really needed to go that far, trying to turn it into a war. I don't think she's going to implement this style with Katie Taylor. I think her style will be a lot more different. I don't think Katie Taylor, is going to be expecting this from Amanda, but if she does, she's probably going to do the same thing in the first fight, but she's going to, end up thinking that Amanda can't give her any surprises, and she's I personally believe Amanda, she will come out a lot stronger, but she's going to surprise Katie, and Katie's going to get hit with something heavy, and I think it's going to be a really bad night early, or Amanda, she'll just cruise to a decision. But I don't really care, so much about that. I'll leave that till at the very end. But let's just talk about her performance. This will be a critique analysis of what I thought about her performance and what she could have done better. And what's next for her? Obviously, Katie Taylor, in a rematch on May 20th. So that would be awesome. But yeah, let's talk about the performance. I wasn't really too surprised with her fighting style. I don't understand why she gets into these weird firefight exchanges. I think this is just the only one and done type of performance that she had done compared to the Katie Taylor fight. I think that version would definitely destroy Erica Cruz a lot better. But if you want to go to a more technical version of her, the fight with Dahiana Santana, that version is way better for her to become a way better bona fide boxer puncher out of the Errol Spence school of fighting. Because, that's really how Amanda Serrano is. She's like an Errol Spence with a little bit of a Vander Holyfield type of style, where she likes to get really physical, but she has a really good methodical fighting style to do what she needs to do. As far as what I really wish she could have done in this fight was just outbox Erica. That will be key to destroying Katie Taylor in that in the rematch. And a lot of people are going to use this fight to say that Amanda Serrano will lose badly to Katie, and Katie's going to stop her. That's not gonna happen. And Katie Taylor, she's not known to knock people out. She doesn't have really that much of a tendency to throw power punches. She's more of a little, shoot a couple shots and then get away type of puncher. So she's more of a catch and shoot type of lady, but she's very limited herself too, and she's gotten a lot of wear and tear on her body as well. So it's not like Amanda's going to just you know basically be like a easy walk and let the park fight. And I think Katie, she's gonna be a lot more she's gonna be a lot more like unknown to know what Amanda's gonna do. And I think when Amanda finds out how to crack her style, in which I think she's already figured it out. So I think this fight, like this rematch will be completely different from the first fight. From what I witnessed, at the fight in person on my birthday. Shout out to Amanda Serrano. But yeah, either way, like I think how this is gonna go down, Amanda's gonna like she's gonna have to take pages out of Errol Spence's book where she has to start doing the things what EJ does to opponents that try to outbox him. In which Errol Spence, he proves to you that you don't need to do much to a pure pressure style boxer puncher to defeat a pure boxer that is not really good with handling pressure. And I think in this model, with what Amanda did with Erica, this is not a good model that I've seen out of her. And I think this is a no go type of style to do. I think Amanda's way better than that. She obviously wanted to swing for the fences with Erica because she wanted to try to stop her, but I think this style is not needed. She primarily did it probably just to fuel in the fire between the Mexico versus Puerto Rico matchup between her and Erica, because Erica, she's from Mexico, but people don't know too much about her, so Amanda wanted to kind of make that fight be known to the fans. But I don't think that's a good idea to do that with Katie Taylor over in Ireland, because you know how Irish people will be at a boxing fight. But I don't think Irish people are really going to know what Amanda's going to be capable of doing. And I think when she finds that right shot to hurt Katie, the fans will be silenced. And I think that's what Amanda needs to focus on. Get your mental fortitude together. And I think I think Amanda's going to be comfortable over in Ireland. I think what you see out of Amanda is not going to be the same thing come fight night over in Ireland. I think her energy will be a lot more serious, but Amanda's going to show a lot more fortitude and a lot more skill in the Katie Taylor rematch. And I think if she is successful, which I hope she is, she can very well, solidify a legacy, in multiple weight classes in one shot by a landslide for Undisputed. If she could beat Katie Taylor and possibly Alicia Baumgardner and maybe Jessica McCaskill and Chantel Cameron in 5 total weight divisions for being undisputed, I think that's a really amazing resume. I mean, you can't tell me that she can't do that, but I mean, either way, like I'm not gonna go overboard. I think focus on Katie Taylor for now, but I'm just spitballing. I think that is a very good idea for Amanda Serrano if I'm trying to maximize my dollar. But I understand that she has nothing else left to prove. She won undisputed at 126, so why even bother trying to get undisputed in other divisions? Let other people do that. So either way, like I mean, I'm proud of like Amanda, and I got a lot of love and respect for her, because I've been watching her ever since I was in I want to say middle school or high school. But yeah, like I've been following her for quite a long time, and I'm happy that she really came that far, because I think the problem with Amanda was that she wasn't getting enough credibility when she was in her prime, but now coming to the very end of her prime, that's the problem for her, because she's now 34 years old versus like 24-year-old or 21 or 20 something year old Amanda Serrano back then, heading into today's generation. She would be stopping and destroying everybody with her massive athleticism and insanely like good amount of, how should I say, like ring IQ, and all the great fundamentals that she was very good at in her absolute best. But I think in this version she's still good. It's just that she's now older, so she has to think more wiser. And, it's really not hard to see that Amanda Serrano's wear and tear is showing, but it's like imagine if she was doing what you see her do now at a much younger age where there was no politics involved and the sport of boxing was actually a pure marketized sport where you would have been seeing Amanda Serrano at least undisputed in two weight classes faster compared to what you see now. It took her quite some time to get traction for her to get a good decent amount of money. But this is happening at the very end of her career. So that's really the biggest problem because not many eyes were being put on women's boxing, and Amanda, she finally got her shine, and now here we are. Women's boxing is definitely doing a lot better. But the thing is that it's still not it's still not at its all time best. It's still at a point in women's boxing is still at a very weak position, but it's definitely getting out of the weak position to head into a stronger position for the future. And if the women, if they keep doing this more often, then PBC and all the other bigger networks that will come about in the future, they can easily take over women's boxing, and they could easily give women about the money that they want to help out all the girls globally that are actually trying to be successful. But the thing is just let the politics out of the way. That's really what's killing women's boxing, because a lot of these girls, they're doing good now, but it's not enough to hold that revolutionary change to make women's boxing just as popular as men. And the thing is if Amanda Serrano, if she ends her career by just being only undisputed at 26, and let's just say if she potentially loses to Katie Taylor, or if she loses to Alicia Baumgartner, if Alicia wants to fight her at 130 for her undisputed titles, congratulations to her on top of that. But yeah, I'm just saying, Amanda Serrano has done enough in her career where she wasn't financially being respected in her career when she was in her absolute prime. But here we are looking at almost leading to the tail end of her career, her ending peak of her prime. This is something that she should have been given a long time ago, and good enough. She's been doing what she had to do. Either way, I'm happy for her. I hope she never comes back to boxing when it's all said and done. But she solidified a legacy and she did a good job. As far as the fight with Erica, she could have done way better. Like I said, I think her getting into these unnecessary firefights, that needs to stop. I don't think she's known for doing that. And the only time when she's ever done that was whenever she gets an opponent hurt. And that's where she's able to do what she's supposed to do. See, now, I think what will happen is that, when she looks back at the tape, I think she's gonna understand that she's a way better fighter than a lot of females, and I think with Katie Taylor, that's going to prime her more to work a lot harder and become a really heavily skilled fighter in the rematch. So my whole thing about how I review this fight is that she could have worked on her footwork a lot better. She could have used her jab way more often. She was using her jab, but the thing with her was that she was trying to knock out Erica, and the thing is that she was making the fight go from a really good one-sided battle to almost a semi-difficult fight. And Amanda, she closed out all the later rounds, or all the championship level rounds, to make the fight different, and and to create separation and skill set. But I think, with all this, wailing punches that Erica was throwing at her, she could have easily, just stepped back, counter punched her, and she could have used uppercuts to hurt Erica. Because what Erica was doing, she was just throwing punches, by just doing a lot of, no look haymakers and all these no look punches that weren't even landing. But Amanda, she was standing right in front of her, and I don't think that was a very educated idea. I think Amanda's way better than that, and she showed it. She showed it in previous fights in the past where she's a very good superior boxer puncher, and she's very dangerous when she gets into that mode of knowing how to break you down, just by using like a jab. And I think that's what makes her special, because she doesn't realize how great of a fighter she is when she gets into her zone. And I think with this performance, this will now create a opening in her skill set to be a lot more prominent, for her skills to show out, for the potential, matchup with Katie Taylor, if everything goes planned for her to go to Ireland and potentially get the victory. So I think what she needs to improve better on is a defense. Use your counterpunching ability. She has insane good reads when it comes to her counterpunching ability. She's an absolute monster for doing that. And I think honestly, when it comes down to just using ring IQ and just being on point, to be laser focused, to see a weakness out of a fighter and break them down methodically, to be successful. I think that speaks a lot of volume. And on top of that, people were also saying that her gas tank was not that good. Amanda Serrano's gas tank is actually really, really good. And I think she did exceptionally way better by conserving her energy late game, by not rushing to go, by not rushing to go for the knockout with Erica Cruz fast. Compared to the Katie Taylor fight, she was definitely trying to, stop Katie. But the thing is that this is a 2 minute fight versus 3 minutes. Amanda definitely would have stopped Katie Taylor. Regardless if regardless if Katie Taylor had a good punch resistance to the punches or not. But I don't think Katie Taylor does. She definitely shows a lot of vulnerability to Amanda's power punches compared to Katie. She's not really hurting Amanda, and Amanda's able to just like walk right through her. But the thing is that Amanda, if she was able to conserve more of her energy late game to Katie Taylor's fatigue, I think Amanda would have definitely cracked her, and I think it would have been over. But on top of that, it's 3 minutes. That is, the biggest problem in women's boxing that's not there, because women are doing 2 minutes. And for all these weird ass women that say that they want, equality, but yet when us men, when we say, hey, let's go for 3 minute 12 rounders and world championship level fights, or i.e., women should be fighting the same minutes and rounds as, the same minutes and rounds as men. These women want to turn their backs and say, oh no, we don't want to do that, because if we go 3 minute 12 rounders, like the men, then some of us girls can get hurt, and therefore you could see more potential risk of injury for women's boxing, which isn't true at all, because you women are training to fight. You guys are going inside the ring to put yourself in a much deeper position where you're still getting hit regardless. So regardless of the 3 minutes, you don't have that much of a difference in producing skill level in terms of fatigue and punch resistance, because you're still going to get hurt regardless if it's 1 minute and 8 seconds left, or even if it's 2 minutes and 57 seconds left. So it just doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. You girls that are saying that you want 3 minutes, but yet when us men say, okay, you want 3 minutes, then fight the same rounds as us men and do the same thing. But if you guys don't want to have 3 minute fights, then that's why 2 minute fights suck in women's boxing, because no one cares about that. No one cares about the 2 minute 10 rounder fights. I'll just be honest. No one's going to pay for a big fight card for women to fight 2 minute 10 rounders in a world championship level fight. I'm just keeping it real. I don't see that to be marketable for any casual that just walks around in public, and then they say, "Oh, look, Sinisa Estrada, she's gonna be fighting such and such, and therefore you should come to this event to watch her fight for 2 minutes each round, for 10 rounds." And there's no other bigger name under the card. Versus if she was fighting 3 minute 12 rounders, it would be marketable because that's what you train to do. You train for those big moments to fight under the bright lights and become a superstar for what you need to do in the sport. But the problem is that you women don't want to do that. That's your problem. A lot of you girls want to put yourself in a comfortable position where you're like, oh, well, 2 minutes is fine for me. But yet, when you think about it, it's not fine for you because you're not going to get paid anymore. Like, you're not getting paid any higher compared to any other woman that's making good money now, where it's not bringing out the fans. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's going to, like, nobody's going to be excited of a, yeah, nobody's going to be excited of a female boxing match that's 2 minutes versus for a men's boxing match that is way more competitive and way more dangerous and way more fun to watch. Everybody's going to go see that fight because that is what men's boxing has always been built to do. But for women's boxing, if it was on the same level of minutes and rounds as men, I guarantee you women will still perform the same way. You'll still see more how should I say, you'll see more action for one. And for two, you'll see more women go the distance of who's able to go the full distance versus who's not able to go the full distance. So in regards to this situation with Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, Amanda definitely shows she can go 3 minutes, and she doesn't need to be tired to do that, and she can stop Katie Taylor within 2 minutes. But the problem is that when you have the referee getting involved in the exchanges that hold a fighter back from stopping someone, yeah, that's pretty hard to do when you're frustrated, you're tired, and you're mentally pressured. Being, anywhere that you're fighting in because of what the fans that are going wild and insane. But the thing is like, if you have more time in a 3 minute fight, where men they don't really have to do much to really get a shot, together to knock somebody out. But like for women, it's basically like the same thing, but it's a lot harder for women to get their shots off when they don't have the ability to have that extra minute to get their shots, put together. So either way, like I think women will eventually get to 3 minutes, but I think 3 minutes need to be on the same principality for men's boxing. There should be no excuse for having 12 round 3 minute world championship level fights to determine a proper winner. That's basically what I'm saying. Or even 10 rounders too, because like if you guys want 3 minutes but you're trying to say, oh well, we'll have 3 minutes, but on special occasions where 3 minutes will only be applied to world championship level fights, but in non-title fights like any title eliminators or any like title placements, then no, women should consensually agree to go to, like, no, it needs to be the same principle. Women need to go 3 minutes in a 10 rounder. They need to go 3 minutes in a 4 rounder. They need to go 3 minutes everything. Not in certain places and certain, factors. No. If you're too afraid of getting hurt, you need to you need to pack your bags and just leave. You need to get out of boxing and you need to find a different sport, because you guys say you women say that you don't play boxing and therefore this is, why you fight. But on top of that, if you don't play boxing and you women are still making all these weird, accusations of saying, oh, well, this is why women's boxing is not doing good because of what the 3 minute thing not being there, like, you women don't want the sport to be great. Like, that's really what it is. Like, if you guys really want the sport to be great, you need to have the 3 minute, policy set in stone where everyone's doing 3 minutes, regardless of how many rounds and standards are put involved. But Either way, women will do just as good as men if they fight the same minutes and rounds. And if people are so concerned about, the health of female fighters, for one, have better medical staff at fights and make sure that you have good refs to determine if a girl is not able to take good punches depending on the fight. But either way, that's neither here nor there. But, let's talk about Amanda Serrano's improvements and what she could have done with Erica. And then we'll get up out of here and, I'll give my concluding thoughts about what I expect her to do in the Katie Taylor rematch. She definitely could have used her jab a lot more. She could have used her defensive IQ a lot more. I think Erica, she was only successful for what you have seen from her. Um, to apply decent effort to hurt Amanda in certain spurts, but Amanda Serrano could have easily knocked her out and dominated her if she was able to focus more on the boxing rather than trying to brawl. So either way, Amanda Serrano, she's a very tremendous fighter, man, and I'm proud of her for getting undisputed. But regardless if she wins, loses, or draws with Katie Taylor or Alicia Baumgartner, if she could get back-to-back undisputeds at 135 and 130, that would be iconic. So I'm hoping that Amanda Serrano, she can become successful, and hopefully we get to see more from her because I know she can be great. And I just wish that this type of greatness could have happened in her prime, because I think prime version Amanda Serrano at 126 and above would have definitely dominated a lot of females that were definitely on the come up of trying to challenge her. But I think back in that age, like women's boxing wasn't popular enough for women to take those risks. But I think for Amanda Serrano's case, it's like she wasn't interested of doing that back in her prime, because she was like, what, I'd rather just get titles and just move up or move down, just to basically take whatever that was given to her, and she did it. It's like the belts don't feed you, so therefore if you're able to take whatever opportunity that you were barely getting paid with, it's very sad, because it's like Amanda Serrano, she would have been a mega superstar if she was given that spotlight a lot sooner in her earlier stages of her career, compared to Clarissa Shields. And like, yeah, compared to compared to Clarissa Shields going pro back in 2012, and for her to get the spotlight a lot sooner in her career, that was just very telling and very insane that with Clarissa, like, she was able to get her branding a lot faster because she had the backing for her. And I'm not saying that Clarissa Shields, was being given the promotion and she was being treated with open arms. No, like, she had to work her way to the top, and she had to say a lot of controversial stuff to the media that was trying to down, that was trying to down her for trying to be successful. But I'm saying that the political discrimination between Amanda Serrano back then versus Clarissa Shields now, was that Clarissa was being discriminated when she made it to the when she made it to the top. But when Amanda Serrano, when she made it to the top, she was not being respected at all. And I think that's what got me really upset, because I was like, you know what? Amanda Serrano could have easily been a massive star if the right people in boxing were able to give her her shine. Because obviously, boxing is not marketized. There's no proper free market influences that are out there that are making the sport good. So it's very difficult to try to make your name when you have a sport that's ran by crooks versus any other sport that's ran by good, like a good, strong competing markets that will help athletes 24/7 to help their careers grow faster. That's a bigger problem, because You are wasting a lot of energy to come out of your way to be successful, and no one's giving you the love and credit of what you were what you were accomplishing back in the past up until the very end of your career, which is now, which is very sad because Amanda Serrano, she should have been given a lot more praise for what she had done in the past, and it's not just for the title runs. It's because Amanda Serrano, she obviously was not as vocal in the past, but that shouldn't have that shouldn't matter in boxing at all. What matters is that if you're fighting the tough opposition and you're looking to fight the good fights, you should be given all the shine. You should be given, the spotlight. The best who are fighting the best should be given the advertisement for who they are. That is what boxing should be. It should not be completely destroyed by the state where everything has to be hyper regulated and there's no proper competition pools out there for people to grow, and then therefore the sport is completely tarnished because even if you had like a centralized league for it, which I am in favor of having fight leagues, but the thing is that if it's going to be controlled by networks, with any potential form of a promoter, then no, I'm not a fan of that. I'm a fan of actual like fight promotional networks that help fighters out, but fighters are their own bosses. But there's tournaments to determine who are the best fighters in boxing. That's how it should be done. Fighters should be their own bosses, and you should be making the fights with only the best competition that the fans want you to see. Yeah, yeah, but that the fans want to pay to see you fight. That's how boxing should be. But, that's a whole nother topic for another video. But either way, like, the final case in point is that Amanda Serrano worked, very hard to get up to her level. Obviously, without the help of Jake Paul, that's a good, a very good influence to help her. But I think the problem was that, regardless of Jake Paul, she wasn't getting respect at all. And that was like the biggest disrespect of her entire career, because she would have done a lot more to expand a lot bigger, just like Clarissa Shields, because she did have a backing with her fans, like myself and many others. But I think if she had more shine, like to be on the same level with Clarissa Shields in her prime, I think Amanda Serrano definitely would have been undisputed a lot faster, and her credibility and her love and um love and support from her fans, in her audience fan base, would definitely be respected a lot better. But yeah, those are my thoughts, man. Either way, she had a great performance, man. Well, she didn't have like the greatest performance, but she had a really good, decent above average performance. That could have been way better. I've seen way better versions of Amanda compared to the past, and I'm hoping she can make those quick, fast adjustments to dominate Katie Taylor, possibly in the rematch. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. And yeah, this is K-Rod. I'm signing out. Peace out. Salute to the mighty LDBC TWT. I'm out. Peace out. Bye.